Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Shots Fired podcast. It's your boy, Two Trill.
And your boy, Big Joe.
And we hope you enjoy.
Before we get started with our sports topics today, we'd like to introduce to you a new segment for the show called Nothing But Netflix. What we'll be doing is focusing on a movie or a series that's caught our attention, and we'll be sharing our thoughts and opinions with you guys. If you have any recommendations, let us know. This week, we start with When They See Us, directed by Ava DuVernay. Bro, what were your initial thoughts on this movie?
A supreme injustice. I think I said injustice. Yeah, man. It was definitely a grave injustice by the justice system. I think that the Central Park 5, right now it looks like they're doing well, kind of with like the aspects of life afterwards, but you can't help but to think about what happened to you 20 years ago.
Bro, the biggest thing for me just watching this, dog, was just how radical they were in their pursuit of getting these guys convicted. Like, there was no hurdle that they were not willing to jump. They were taking all kinds of shortcuts, trying to prove that these guys were guilty, and they weren't.
Yeah, and the reality of it is that these were teenage boys at the time. 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. They didn't know any better. So why were the adults, pushing so hard for these kids instead of looking at actual evidence?
Yeah, you had little teenage kids, being interviewed with no adult supervision. You had these cops telling them, hey, we'll let you go. Just tell us what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Even if it's not accurate, just tell us what we want to hear and we'll let you go home. You saw one of the kids break down crying and he was just like, just sign the paper to my affidavit. He couldn't even sign it because he was a minor.
Yeah, and it was so corrupt that the police were writing down the statements.
Yeah.
Like the kids weren't even making statements.
Right. His sister was like, he's not signing that. It's not even his handwriting.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
Yeah. Like, as a minority, I feel like at any point that could be us, like we're targeted in a way.
A lot has changed since 1989, but a lot of things have stayed the same, bro.
Yeah, when you take the mentality that your predecessors had, that doesn't leave you. You have to want to be different.
Right, you're not growing, everything stays the same.
Yeah, I feel for the guys, man, and I definitely hope that they're doing well. I also seen where was it the attorney? The DA? Yeah, was it the DA? I think it was one of the investigators. She was head of the unit, Linda Fairstein. She's been getting a lot of backlash recently. They pulled her books from shelves, dropped her from like her deals that she had, as well as her deleting her social media. Her as well as Trump still believe that these guys are guilty after someone has come forward saying that I was the person that did it.
Yeah, you had to know sooner or later this story was going to come to light. You can't hide your past, especially in this day and age.
Yeah. You
can't hide your past, and this was something it's been written about, it's been talked about, but it wasn't
out there like that.
Right. Netflix did a good job in bringing this out to a mass audience and just kind of letting everybody know, hey, look what happened here. After watching it, bro, I was frustrated. I was pissed. I was sad. I was confused, bro. Like, how could that injustice take place and nobody stood up for those boys? Everybody was just on a fast track to send them off.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, bro.
Yeah. Like you said, salute to Netflix. for doing such a good job.
Shout out Netflix.
As well as Ava DuVernay. She always makes a lot of good films. I mean, just like you, man, I was confused. I was sad. I was angry. I had a lot of feelings watching the movie. I just had to, get away and take a breather. Because at the end of the day, that stuff it impacts everybody.
Yeah, man, and it's not every day that you watch a movie and you're affected by it like that. A lot of times we watch a movie, and basically what we're doing is we turn it on and we turn our minds off and we just enjoy the show. This made you think. It made you feel. It brought it to you, and I was very impressed with the acting. It was very, very realistic, and it kind of puts you in the shoes of those guys.
They did a good job, man. Netflix, Ava DuVernay, I think the Central Park Five, I don't remember all their names, but, they did a good job with this film. I feel like all the stuff that we would normally deem as being theatrics were definitely, it brought you to a place where it felt real.
Right. And just in case you guys aren't familiar, what it is in 1989, there was 5 kids that were arrested and charged with the rape and assault of a white lady that was taking a jog in the park. Basically what they had was, if you were black or you were a minority in the park that night, you were a suspect. So it didn't matter what you were doing at that time. You were pretty much guilty until proven innocent. And these 5 kids got caught up in it. One of them wasn't even there, but he went with his friend to the police station just to keep him company, and ended up being the one that took the most backlash for the incident. He served the most time, had it the worst. He was the only one charged as an adult, so he was the only one that went to adult prison. And, it was rough, bro.
Yeah, man. Without giving too much of the movie away, I definitely suggest, if you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a 4-part series, I think.
Yeah, it's a series, not a movie. I'm sorry. But definitely go check it out on Netflix. You will enjoy it. And if you have anything you want to add to it, reach out to us. We'll certainly try to put it out there. And we welcome your opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts after you watch it. We'd love to hear what it did for you, how it made you see things. Like I said, it's especially if you are a minority. This reaches out to everybody, but especially if you're a minority, this will speak volumes to you as a person. Now that we've gotten that done with, we want to go ahead and just step into our sports topics of the day. We have a couple. The first one that I want to talk to you about, though, bro, real talk, is,
man,
bro, what is up with this Carson Wentz contract, dog? What is Philadelphia doing?
Man, they paying their quarterback. You're either going to pay the guy that you believe is going to take you to the promised land, or you're going to keep fishing in the draft. And how long do you want to wait? Keep in mind, it's 2, 3, 4 years before a quarterback really develops. So you want to take care of your guy. You may not agree with the numbers, but he carried them 2 years ago, man. He carried them until he got hurt.
Bro, so if you want to talk numbers, the numbers that were given out, 4 years, $128 million, 108 guaranteed, which comes out to about $32 million per year. You're about to pay a guy who you didn't have to pay for 2 more years. You're about to extend him 4 more years.
But think though, you paid him now because, say, for instance, and God forbid that Philadelphia go back to the Super Bowl. Now,
Nick Foles ain't there. They ain't going back, bro.
You pay him now. While it's cheap, the salary cap going up. It's being reported Patrick Mahomes is working on a $200 deal.
$200 million.
$200 million, sorry. Carson Wentz take them to the Super Bowl again, man, or get them in position to go there. Price tag going up.
Yeah, but you're paying a guy who can't stay healthy, can't stay on the field, has proven that he can't stay on the field. Yeah, he's a great leader for that team. Was number 2 overall pick in the draft. But you also hear reports at the end of last year he's selfish. He plays favorites in the locker room. Whether it's true or not, those are the reports that are coming out. And now you're committing an additional 4 years. You want to talk numbers? Let's talk, number of injuries. College, breaks his wrist on his throwing hand. First year in the league, cracks his ribs in his first training camp. Second year in the league, crushes his knee, ends the season. Third year, has a stress fracture in his back. Then they come to find out that he had another one in college that was misdiagnosed. Ooh. Every year is something else with this guy.
I mean, look.
And you're going to commit to that.
So you would not have paid Carson Wentz.
Bro.
Is that what you're saying?
Bro, I wouldn't have given him. Basically, it's now a 6-year deal for about 154 altogether. I would not give that guy 6 years. He won't be in the league in 6 years the way he's going injury-wise.
Man, is that a shot?
Bro, shot fired.
Man, look, okay. So I'm going to come back down to reality real quick.
Okay.
Now, do I think Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in our division? No, I don't. Do I think he's second best?
From a talent perspective, I would say on paper he's supposed to be the best quarterback in our division.
He's supposed to be, but there's a lot of factors that go into the best quarterback or what makes the best quarterback. Like you and I, we've had a great debate about is Tom Brady really better than Aaron Rodgers?
And he is.
Because I don't think so. I think Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT.
And you're wrong.
I don't think so, sir. But back to these topics. Carson Wentz got paid, man. I can say that I don't agree with the contract, but I can also say, look, Dak Prescott's about to get paid.
Bro, Dak saw this contract signing and immediately called his agent and said, hey, we're about to break the bank. Why? Because they just paid this guy, and in the NFL, it's always next guy up when it comes to quarterback. So basically what you have is you have a guy that's won you some games, taking you to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Absolutely, the guy is the face of the franchise.
Okay, wait. Why don't you want to pay Dak the big money?
So here's why. Here's why we don't pay Dak the big money.
And for you guys that don't know, Joe and I have had great debates outside of the radio on paying or not paying Dak Prescott.
We may have another one right now, so just buckle in. It's about to go down. So the big thing is with me is, like I told you, in the NFL with quarterbacks, it's always next guy up.
Okay.
You shouldn't be entitled to it just because the guy before you got paid. If the guy before you got paid and he's a potential Hall of Famer, he's a multiple-time Pro Bowler, he's gone to the Super Bowl, he's earned that contract, absolutely, he should get paid. But just because your contract is up next, that doesn't mean, hey, we need to go ahead and pay you comparable or more than what this guy just got paid. That doesn't make sense. The other thing is, Dak has shown that by himself, he cannot sustain or elevate this offense. Last year, before Amari Cooper came in, how was he looking?
But whose fault is that?
Look
at who they had out there, man. Look at who they had out there.
He was
that you cannot put that at the feet of Dak Prescott.
Bro, he runs the team. He is the leader of the offense. If he's not the leader of the offense, why are you paying him?
Man, look, if you got trash, and I hate to call these guys trash, man, but if you got trash,
that's some more shots fired.
Talent on the outside, how can you expect your passing game to be great? Name one person we had on the outside before week 9 or before the bye week. Before the bye week, name one receiver.
Bro, that's fine.
And Terrence Williams does not count.
Well, he was probably getting drunk in his Lambo somewhere, so that's fine. But if you're gonna make top dollar, if you're gonna be a top 5 paid quarterback, your supporting cast shouldn't necessarily define your success. It helps, but it doesn't necessarily define it. Aaron Rodgers has made more with less. You talk about how great he is. You talk about how great he is, bro.
Okay.
Made more with less.
Where was Aaron Rodgers last year?
At home.
Okay. Name somebody that was on his team. Now, when he went to the Super Bowl, who was on his offense? Greg Jennings was there.
Okay.
I think James Jones was there.
Those guys are not
Hall
of Fame, extremely talented guys. Those are above average wide receivers.
Right, but they understood I have a great young quarterback. Let me surround him with talent. So we saw the tale of two different Dak Prescotts last year.
Okay.
We saw the first half of the season Dak Prescott and the second half of the season Dak Prescott.
Okay, so which half is the accurate representation of Dak?
The second half.
Because as you remember, look at the second half of the season before.
This past season, he looked more like rookie year Dak Prescott. So you can't – look, man, you cannot put that we acquired or we signed or we kept guys that were not impactful or that couldn't support or help Dak on the team. And also, you can't blame, like I seen where you said something about, what was it? Our points per game was like 21,
bro. 21
Man, look,
points per game.
How are you going to put that at the whole feet of Dak Prescott?
He leads the offense. He is the guy. If the situation calls for an audible, your guy's supposed to make those reads, make those calls, adjust out, and keep the offense rolling.
But how we know that, they were saying don't audible out of this. Like, we cannot say, Dak, it's your fault that Zeke got stuffed on 1st and goal at the 1 yard line.
You saw the stack
put
box.
That there.
You saw the stack box like I saw the stack box.
Yeah, but the fans were calling for it while we not running Zeke on 1st and goal.
Bro, do we pay the fans to make those plays? No, we don't.
But how are you going to say this is Dak's fault when all they tried to do was accommodate what the fans were doing? We're saying
you can't completely say, okay, it's one guy. This one guy is the reason why we win, lose, whatever.
Okay, look, man.
But that's your lead guy, bro. That's the offense goes through Dak. Other than the center, who touches the ball on every play?
You're right.
The quarterback.
You are right about that part.
The quarterback.
But look, man. Okay, he distributed the ball to Jameez Olawale. What did he do?
Dropped it.
Okay. Is that Dak's fault?
But that's one play, bro. That
was one play that counted towards 21 points per game.
You run a fullback.
Bro, that was one play that counted for 21 points per game.
You know what I'm saying?
You cannot blame. Look, man. So I'm all for paying Dak Prescott. I know on the last show I said let's do 29, 30 million. I'm fine with that. But the new Carson Wentz deal has put a new perspective on things.
Again, my argument from last week still stands. Just because another team makes the stupid decision to pay their quarterback unreasonable money and hinder their franchise.
But that's $2 million more.
Do you think we should do the same thing? Should we put ourselves in that boat? We've already gotten out of salary cap hell.
Yeah, because
especially with the Romo contract, the Dez contract.
We were paying guys not to be playing. Why were we still paying Tony Romo?
That's what I'm saying. We've made many errors overpaying our guys that couldn't stay healthy, weren't contributing, and now we're gonna get that money back. And now we're saying, okay, let's spend all this money on the quarterback. He's your lead guy. I understand that. He's the guy that runs the show. But you still have to have enough money to pay your other guys, your supporting cast, aka Zeke, Coop, Jalen, Van Der Esch. We just overpaid Tank, by the way.
I agree with that.
I don't agree that just because Philadelphia made a stupid decision that we should follow suit. Like your mom used to tell you, bro, if your friend says, jump off the building, are you going to jump? No. You see how stupid that contract was. It didn't make sense.
Bro, but why is it okay to do it with other positions except for quarterback? We saw Aaron Donald got paid first, and then they paid Khalil Mack more.
Right. But what I'm saying is Dak does a lot for the team. You know, he is the face of the Cowboys. He's a young guy, smart guy, good-looking guy, does a lot of community work. You know, he's got a lot of things going for him, a lot of things that a lot of teams want. You know, you have a lot of teams out there that are struggling to find a quarterback. You definitely don't want to do that here.
We found our quarterback. Do you believe in Dak Prescott?
I do believe that he is above average. He's great, but he's not next level great. He's a tier 2 quarterback in my opinion.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine. So in tier 2, what are you paying tier 2? Because we've seen tier 2 quarterbacks.
Tier 2 is 29 to 30, dog. Somewhere in there, 28 to 30. Somewhere in there, like Kirk Cousins. I would give Dak Prescott a Kirk Cousins type deal.
Fully guaranteed?
Mostly guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying him $29 a year for 4 or 5 years. Guarantee $105 million. You know, just something like it's comparable to Wentz on the guaranteed.
So
which is what matters most to these quarterbacks. Honestly, is the guaranteed money.
Let me ask you this, because earlier you made a comment that Carson Wentz, based on talent level observation, I think it was, is supposed to be the best quarterback in the division. Is coaching holding Dak Prescott back? Because he's beaten Carson Wentz.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out this year if it is coaching, because you have Kellen Moore coming in, and he's going to change it up. Dan Orlovsky was on the radio on 105.3 The Fan, and he was talking with Ben and Skin.
Shout out to 105.3.
And he was talking to Ben and Skin, and he was, you know, telling them that Kellen Moore looks very impressive running these plays. He's looking like he has the mind of a McVay or an Andy Reid. That's exciting. But at the same time, you have to know that you have a quarterback that's capable of handling that offense, handling those throws. Do we have that? We're going to find out. And what if we don't? What can you say at that point?
So what was your biggest takeaway from the second half of the season when you saw what Dak Prescott was able to do?
I was very impressed with how we turned it around as a team. I think the defense stepped up a lot. They kept us competitive. Again, when you're scoring 21 points a game, your defense has to step up. They have to make those plays. We don't win a lot of games by 7, blowouts, 10, 14 points. It's always Dak Prescott with 2 minutes or less, bringing us back for either the game-tying, game-winning field goal, or maybe, you know, a game-winning touchdown drive. Bro, I don't like being a fan and having to sit through week after week of that type of play, bro. I got high blood pressure, dog. I can't live that life.
We had the flash and dash with Tony Romo. I'm past that phase. I just want to win ball games, get to a Super Bowl. And I think we can both agree here that Dak Prescott has been the best quarterback of his draft class. A 4th-round draft pick.
He has definitely outplayed his draft position. I think if you redid that draft, he's definitely getting picked probably in either the 1st or 2nd round.
I would say late 1st, early 2nd, but needless to say, like, he's outperformed the other 2 or 3 quarterbacks that came out that draft.
You know who else outperformed their draft pick, bro? 6th-round draft pick? Late 6th-round draft pick?
Who?
Tom Brady, bro. I'm just saying.
Did Tom Brady take a discount when he got his first deal after his rookie deal?
Bro, Tom Brady's been taking discounts.
Yeah, but he didn't take a discount on his first deal.
I think what he should do right now is he should go ahead and give the team a bit of a team-friendly deal. Let's not make it for a lot of years. You want to do 3 years like Kirk Cousins? Fine. We'll give you 3 years at $29 million. We'll give it to you all guaranteed. And then if you prove in the next 3 years that you're the guy that's going to be able to lead this team to multiple playoffs and Super Bowls, then, hey, after those 3 years, you're still young, you're still in your prime, and we'll give you a big contract. What do you think about that? Bro, 3 years, prove it deal.
Why is it a prove it deal, though? He's proven to you. He's outperformed his draft position.
He's been 75-25. He's been 75% great, 25% what the hell are you doing?
Did we not have that with Tony Romo?
Bro, how many?
Did we tell Tony Romo to take a discount? Why should we expect Dak Prescott to take a discount?
How many games did you watch or have you watched, especially last year, where you're yelling at your TV, something along the lines of, Dak, what the hell are you doing? Throw the ball away.
But that's every quarterback.
Get rid of the ball, Dak.
Look, I saw Tom Brady. I saw Tom Brady in Pittsburgh running backwards, throwing off his back foot, and threw a pick on the right sideline. That's every quarter. The great Tom Brady.
Tom Brady has 6 rings, bro. 6 rings.
Yeah, but you have to go through those growing pains, man. You cannot expect this guy to go out here and be perfect.
I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not expecting him to be, this great Hall of Fame guy. That's not where the draft placed him. Every now and then, like I told you with Brady, you get a guy that defies the odds and does, extraordinary things. I'm just saying, if we're going to commit long-term to one individual who's going to lead your team and is going to get paid for years to come, he better be the right guy.
Bro, pay Dak Prescott, man. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting another 3 years to find out what else is coming out the draft, what can we get, and then you're going to wait on that quarterback to develop. Look, this could be everything that you're bringing up. A 4th-round draft pick is supposed to make those mistakes.
Right.
So we're expecting Dak Prescott to play like a 1st-round draft pick, when in reality he's been great, really. He
wants to get paid like a 1st-round draft pick.
Bro, he deserves it. He deserves it. What other quarterback has more wins than Dak? Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Since 2016.
Right.
Tom Brady. How many games has he brought us back? Was he the reason that we were down?
I'm telling you, bro, every game he's bringing us back because every game is always down to the wire. Why can we not be comfortable and just win some games by 14 points, bro?
We don't have a step on your throat offense, bro. Like, that's not our offense.
Bro, we ain't even got a step on the pedal offense, bro. We just got put it in cruise control
and coast
and use our signal lights when we're changing lanes. Bro, we don't have an offense that's just explosive. We don't have an offense that's going to go 95. It's not that kind of offense, bro. We're operating with a guy that's conservative. It's been nothing but conservative. And if you're looking for somebody that's going to lead a conservative offense, this is your guy long term.
Oh my
Dak
God,
is
man.
Not anything but conservative.
We're gonna find out this year with a new OC. Based on everything that we've been hearing, Kellen Moore sounds like a boy genius. So hopefully it manifests.
Pay that man.
What?
Pay that man.
For what?
Bro, let's see what he does with this offense.
So you want to pay him before you see it?
And then we'll get rid of Jason Garrett, and we'll pay Kellen Moore to be the head guy. I'm off for that.
Oh, man, no.
Fire Garrett.
Absolutely not. If you're going to promote anybody, it should be Chris Richard. He saved our defense because we were terrible.
I think honestly, bro, if we're just going to be real about that, Chris Richard should probably be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, especially if you're going to have Kellen Moore calling your plays. Then you don't have to worry about hiring an offensive genius if it works out with Kellen Moore. If Kellen Moore does his damn thing and the offense looks great, Garrett has nowhere to go. He's got to go. Yeah. And then you have Chris Richard running the show. You have Kellen Moore calling the plays. You've sewn up both sides of the ball, offense and defense. You don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, I agree with that plan for sure. Chris Richard, major respect to him for what he's done with our defense.
Oh, yeah.
Turning that whole side of the ball around. That's amazing. But
yeah, man, Chris Richard has been great. Like, before he got here, Byron Jones was terrible at safety. And
right now, he's looking at Pro Bowls. He's looking at getting paid. I think Byron Jones is the odd man out.
Oh yeah, I mean, just based on everybody that's coming up, I do think he's the odd man out. But the way that Chris Richard took him and said, "You're not a safety, you're a corner," moved him and made him.
After Marinelli said, "You're not a corner, you're a safety."
Yeah, man, had him at his first Pro Bowl. He played a great year. Now, at the back end of the year, you can start seeing where he was getting burnt a little bit. You know, people were running by him.
Yeah, he was definitely getting exposed.
Yeah, so I think really the major things is for him to focus on interception. You really didn't see a lot of – he didn't even have an interception last year.
Bro, we don't take the ball away.
True.
That's another conversation for another time. We definitely don't take the ball away.
Yeah, we'll talk about defense in another episode, but man, pay Dak Prescott, man. He has the second most wins since 2016, fourth-round draft pick who's performed at a first-rounder talent. He's outperformed counterparts out that draft class. Really, my biggest takeaway, I think coaching was holding Dak Prescott back. I think we're going to see a new Dak Prescott this year. Deep balls, on point. He won't overthrow Michael Gallup this year.
Balls deep.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see what Dak's going to look like this year, and I definitely want to pay the man because I do not want to go through 2-3 more seasons with finding who's going to be the quarterback or going through the Kellen Moores of the world.
Bro, again, if you lock Dak up for the next 3 years at a fully guaranteed contract like Kirk Cousins, that still gives you time to see what he's going to do. You're not committed long term. You are going to see what Kellen Moore's offense looks like. And if Dak's not the guy, that gives you plenty of opportunity to draft your future quarterback.
I mean, I would be okay with a 3-year fully guaranteed deal because at that point, if you're really not believing in him, based on what you saw in the first half of the season last year and the year before after Zeke got suspended, I mean, he was questionable. Like, I do think that right now you don't have any other options. So you definitely need to do something with him now.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to go through Cooper Rush and Mike White. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody wants to see that. So
yeah, obvious. I mean, we have enough talent on the team overall. We have that potential to make it to more playoff games, a possible Super Bowl, and you want to have your best guys out there. You don't want to be rebuilding in the midst of trying to compete for championships.
If you're not gonna commit long term, I would do a 3-year fully guaranteed deal that gets you out from under it. Probably by the time you find something else, we have a superb scouting department. What those guys do, especially with what we've been able to do with undrafted free agents. I forget the guy's name. That's like the Will McClay. That's his name. Will McClay. He's been great at finding talent. I mean, look, it was reported that he stood on the table and was like, Dak Prescott is our guy. We should draft Dak Prescott after what they saw from him in the Senior Bowl. I think Jerry believes in Dak. He's not with the flash and dash. He's conservative, get the ball down the field, carry the team. Minimal turnovers.
No risks. This offense is not sexy at all. Sexy.
Yeah, the Linehan offense wasn't. But look, man, Dak Prescott is good for 25 touchdowns in the air, 6 rushing every year. That's been about what he's done.
Bro, 25 touchdowns a season, averages about 1.5 a game. And we're about to pay this guy top dollar for 1.5 touchdowns per game.
Yeah, but you got to think, we are a run-first team. We're not a
So if we're a run-first
30
team,
yards.
do you pay Zeke before Dak?
Absolutely not.
But we're a run-first team.
Yeah, but that don't mean we pay Zeke before Dak. We're not paying Zeke right now because of all the off-the-field issues.
Right. You're making my point for me, dog. Like,
no, I'm
1.5 touchdowns per game does not translate to $33, $34, $35 million, which is probably where Dak's looking now, especially after the Carson Wentz contract. I don't believe he's worth that at all.
It's being reported that him and the Cowboys are really far away in contract talks.
Right.
Look, man, I'm paying the man because I don't want to go through another Quincy Carter phase or where we can possibly get
any transition phase that resembles anything between Aikman and Romo. I'm out on that. I'll stop watching football before I sit through another transition period like that with the Cowboys.
Yeah, so what do you want to do, man? Do you want to pay him or not pay him?
Like I said, man, he deserves to be paid. He definitely deserves to be paid. He's a great leader of the team. He's a good person, to invest in, but he's not top dollar, top money. He's just not.
So would you give him and I know earlier you said 3 years, either fully or mostly guaranteed.
Even 3 years at 90, and we'll guarantee you everything. That's $30 a year, bro. Okay,
that's fine,
and I'm okay with that because again, you're not paying him top 5. Like I said, the market's going to change, and that's fine. Sooner or later, a team's going to have to step up and just be like, we're not going to reset the market for you. We're not going to be that team. And when somebody in the NFL does that, you watch and see how these contracts settle back in more realistically. Why can't we be that franchise?
Man, look, Dak, if you listening to this, go for everything. Do not take a discount.
Do not listen to this man.
Because you can...
Don't gas Dak up, bro. He don't need it, bro. Don't be gassing him up right now.
Look, man, I believe in Dak Prescott. I'm paying the man. I will do it at a comparable number that won't hurt my franchise. Like, I get you said $30 million. I'm not telling him to go for, man, Dak should go get $45, $50 million.
What do you think he should be getting paid per year?
I would do anywhere between 30 and 34.
So that's going to
put him up there. And that's only because the cap is going up each year.
Right. So that's going to put him up there with Matt Ryan, who's making about 30. Russell's making 35, just signed that contract. And I think he deserves that money.
Absolutely,
he's proven himself time and time again. Jimmy G's making about 27.5.
Paid him too early.
That guy got paid to do nothing. He was nothing. And basically San Francisco said, yeah, we're going to commit everything to a guy we know nothing about really. And now he's been hurt and didn't do anything for their franchise. So sounds like a Philly thing. And again, that's what I don't want for us. I don't want us to end up doing something like these other teams, overcommitting and getting underperformance.
Aaron Rodgers is getting 33.5.
Right.
And Carson Wentz is going to get 32. Is Dak in between there?
Hell no. I don't think Carson Wentz should have got 32. That's what I'm saying. Carson Wentz should have been another one that
but that deal did not reset the market.
He really should have gotten Kirk
25
type deal. Like let's get you fully guaranteed, 2 or 3 years instead of you're now tied to him for 6 years. And as soon as he puts his name on a piece of paper, you're giving him $66 million. That is insane. That guy might freaking break his wrist signing the contract, bro. Good luck with that, Philly. You guys are freaking retarded.
They paid him. They believe in him. They didn't give up on their draft pick. Are we going to give up on ours or are we going to pay ours? What are we going to pay him? What do you think he's asking for right now?
Man, if I'm being realistic and honest, Dak's asking for 35. He wants Russell Wilson money, and bro, he ain't Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know about 35, but I would do anywhere between 30 and 33, man.
You heard it here. I'm saying let's keep him like 28 to 30. This guy's saying 30 to 33. Let us know what you guys think. Where do you guys stand? What do you guys feel Dak is worth? Is it worth, locking him up long term? Should he have a short term, fully guaranteed contract? Let us know what you think. We're more than happy to hear you guys, get your guys' opinion, your feedback. We thank you so much for just taking the time to listen to us again today. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Help us grow this little show. We have nothing but admiration and appreciation for everybody that's continuing to support, everybody that's continuing to back us up and show us that love, man. We love it.
Thank you all. Tune in next week.